Look, I try not to talk about John Campea too much, but this dude has quickly, uh, very publicized his downfall. I mean, this dude. I don't know what's happened, man. I mean, I am no one to talk when it comes to how long somebody's been sitting in a subscriber bracket or whatever. I'm not that kind of guy. Making a video like this, I know you guys might kind of get you guys might get the wrong impression with me coming out with a video like this, especially after I just made a video about John Campaign. But old Johnny John just found himself in deep water again. Not with people like me, but with his own fan base, because this dude literally asked his entire subscriber base and says, I want 30,000 less subscribers on my channel if that means I don't get to look at any comments that I disagree with. Because that's essentially what it is. It's just a bunch of people, subscribers of his, and coming from a guy that used to be a subscriber of John Campaign a couple years ago. This dude is a complete fucking asshole. But anyways, I don't want to take too much time out of you guys' day today. And God knows I don't want to make another John Campaign video, but I have to do it, man. I have to do it because this guy comes out once again. This dude comes out and starts bashing his own subscriber base. I'm not someone that loves to keep somebody's name in my mouth or anything like that. But this is something that we've been seeing just all across the board when it comes to these big time YouTubers, man. Like, they eventually just start doing some stupid shit, start saying stupid shit, not just about their fan base, not just about their followers, subscribers, whatever you want to call them, but to them. This dude, John Campaign, campaigns to lose 30,000 subscribers of his. I mean, granted, the dude still has about 300-something thousand subscribers on YouTube. Don't get me wrong. But I want you guys to hear straight from the whore's mouth just how bad of a person, how bad of a quote-unquote influencer, content creator, whatever you want to call John Campaign, he is. Anyways, before we get into this video, because we are talking about yet again, a character who has been race swapped. Now, I never watched How I Trained Your Dragon or How to Train Your Dragon, whatever it's called. And I probably won't ever watch it. Actually, here's a pretty good movie. Or pretty good movies. There's more than one. But, I mean, it's just not something for me. Same thing with Dungeons and Dragons movies. It's just not for me. But, that doesn't stop John Campaign from going on another rant, going up against his subscribers and followers, because they, much like what I was doing a couple years ago, going out against his shit, got blocked from his chat room, his comment section, years ago. Now, there's a whole influx of people that are just tired of this race-swapping bullshit. And John Campaign does what John Campaign does best. Sucks the big, massive dick of Hollywood. So anyways, let's go ahead and get to this video. Make sure you guys hit that like, hit that subscribe, all that good stuff. Let's go ahead and get into this.
Here on a beautiful night in Southern California, and I'm just out here kind of doing my normal evening routine, doing a little bit of work trying to get ready for the next day. Just not a lot, just a little bit of light reading and some information gathering, if you will, just to get some stuff. So
the fuck up.
The comments on some of the videos today. One of the stories that came out today was they got their lead cast for the How to Train Your Dragon live action remake, and I thought it was a terrific looking cast. I mean, they got the kid from the Black Phone, which to me is really quite exciting. They went and got the girl, Nico Parker, I think is her name, from Last of Us, who I think is tremendously gifted.
Nico Parker, by the way, is the chick. Again, this ain't no slight to her. Like, the actors have nothing to do with the shit until the actors come out and start defending it and start bashing the fan base. That's when I go after the actors. But again, the actors have nothing to do with this whole race swap bullshit. So I mean, whatever. Nico Parker is that one chick that was already a race swap in Last of Us. She played Joel's daughter in that first episode. Yeah, so she's no stranger to the whole sloppy seconds, agenda, if you will, in Hollywood.
And I love the episode she was in. I think she's going to be fantastic in this. And I started noticing that there were a bunch of
sees her in one episode. She's going to be fantastic. All right.
Comments on the girl being in it and people complaining that this How to Train Your Dragon thing is already ruined because they changed Astrid.
And he puts it in quotations. So a race swap to John Campaign is not a change, because he puts it in quotations. He says a change.
Because they changed Astrid. And because they changed Astrid, that means this thing was a complete disaster. It was ruined. It was destined to fail because they changed Astrid. I thought,
when you race swap someone in a movie, I mean, look, there's a lot of problems that was wrong with the Fantastic Four from 2015. There's a lot of problems with that movie, I should say. And one of the main problems was that, I mean, come on. It was the biggest elephant in the fucking room. Michael B. Jordan being cast as Johnny Storm. I mean, that was, like I said, man, I don't want to take anybody's phrase, but that was dead on arrival. Literally. Nobody was going to go see that fucking shit. And then here goes John Campaign, 8 years later, still caping for race swapping. Well-known characters, already established characters.
it was interesting. I thought that was interesting. Because you know full goddamn well that if Astrid's supposed to be 5'3", and they hired a cast a girl who is 5'4.5", that's a significant change, but nobody would have said anything, right?
So here, I can already see what this motherfucker's already going to start doing, dude. This dude is literally going to compare race swapping to height. To height. And let's be clear. When I was way too young for this, but the stories go, Hugh Jackman, when he was cast as Wolverine, people were knocking on him because they were saying he wasn't tall enough. Same thing with Tom Cruise and Jack Reacher. But yet, we're the ones that are wrong.
They wouldn't have.
Also, I want to note that obviously everybody got over that, right? Everybody got over the whole height thing. When it comes to race swapping, there's a distinct difference between the established character and the agenda pushing that you're doing with race swapping that character for propaganda purposes.
Said a thing. If Astrid is supposed to have hazel brown eyes, but they cast an actress who had walnut brown eyes.
Now he's being an asshole. Now he's being just a complete smartass, dude. The funny thing is, like, I can understand if you're being a smartass in this situation, and when it comes to, this whole problem that Hollywood has, and you're actually making sense, but this dude's not even making any sense. Like, it's not even comparable. He's talking about eye color, he's talking about height, and then goes into, and then that's supposed to compare to race swapping a character, giving niggas sloppy seconds with, again, already established IPs. And motherfuckers wonder why a lot of people that look like me don't like Miles Morales.
Well, that's a change. But full goddamn well, they wouldn't have complained about it. Wouldn't have said a thing. Would have been perfectly fine. Nothing wrong with that change. If in the movie, Astrid was supposed to be right-handed, and they had the audacity to hire an actress who was right-handed, well, that's a change. It's a change. Goddamn well, they wouldn't have said a thing about it because that's fine. But oh my God, if you get a girl who the pigmentation of her skin tone is a little bit different than Astrid's is.
The color of her skin, the pigment of her skin tone. Shut the fuck up, dude. Jesus Christ, man. Because there's still millions of I can't even say what I want to say, man. I can't even say what I want to say. But there's still millions of people like John Campaign that run around and still have this stupid ass rhetoric. Oh, because of the skin tone. Like, fam, every fucking movie now, somebody's being race swapped. Every IP that comes out, somebody's being race swapped. Somebody's being made gay. Somebody's being made trans. It's fam. The representation has been there for the past 5 years. And I've been saying that with every movie that's been coming out that's been following this stupid ass fucking virtue signaling, quote unquote, rule. That now the Oscars has now implemented that you have to have in order to even be nominated. And people wonder why me, of all people, come out and have to say something. Because for years, I was one of those people sitting on the sidelines, still watching these movies, and don't get me wrong, some of these movies I still watch, even with the race swapping. Don't get me wrong. And I'm not saying we should be going out boycotting whatever. You watch what you want to watch. You don't watch what you don't want to watch. I'm that way. But I'm not going to sit by and let you destroy the characters that I care about. Not saying that I do care about anything when it comes to How I Trained Your Dragon. But this is just a whole nother fucking example as to what Hollywood is doing. And they're doing it right in our fucking faces. And you would think that Hollywood would learn their lesson by now because of the money that they've already lost. That all these studios have lost with all the virtue signaling that they've done. Look at what Disney is doing right now. Losing money. Why? Because they're going against the fans. They're pissing the real fans off. And now the real fans are saying, we're just not going to pay to go see your fucking movies. Now what Disney has to do is now they're relying on the theme parks. And guess what the theme parks are doing? Those are going down. They're losing customers. And now Disney wants to come out and hand you guys, Florida residents, $60 to get into Disneyland or Disney World. They want to give out-of-state people $100 a day. $90 a day to go to Disney World. That's all you got to pay is $90 a day for a day pass at Disney World now for this summer. Never happened ever in the 60 or whatever, how many plus years, 50 plus years that Disney World's been around. This is the lowest prices that you'll ever get for Disney World. You want to know why? Because people are fed up with the dumb bullshit that's been put in front of them by Disney, by people like John Campaign, by all these companies. It seems like the Paramounts of the world and the Universals of the world are doing what they're supposed to be doing, which is catering to the real fans. But yet you're always going to have some weirdo, retarded, asshole ass fucks like John Campaign to come out and say, "Oh, woe is me. Woe are these actors they're replacing and race swapping and blah blah. Woe are all these studios. You guys should show them respect and blah blah." No, fam, fuck that. There's a lot of people that love How I Trained Your Dragon. There's a lot of people that love Harry Potter. There's a lot of people that love DC Comics. There's a lot of people that love Marvel. Twisted Metal. Power Rangers. All these other IPs. Transformers that you guys continue to fuck up, and you got the John Campaigns of the world to back up these companies. Whether you're getting paid by these companies or not.
And we, by the way, Astrid, who comes from a complete mythological fairy tale, non-existent, completely made up in fiction race of people and Vikings that don't really exist.
Here we go.
If the pigmentation of her skin is a little bit darker than what Astrid's is in the cartoon, height, not a problem. Eye color, not a problem. Hand, not a problem. Oh, tone of her skin. That's a problem. This movie's doomed. Because they got an actress, regardless of how talented or gifted, whose skin color is a little bit darker than the one in cartoon. See, that change, that's...
Again, the change in quotations is what gets me, man. I was like, what a piece of shit. What a piece of shit John Campaign is, dude. Oh, it's just a slight change. Since when is race swapping a slight change? There's some race swappings, and I'll even admit there's some race swappings that, you know, yeah, I do bypass that I have gotten over. Nick Fury is definitely number one. I like Samuel Jackson's Nick Fury, and I'm not afraid to say that. Do I still agree with the race swapping? No. But he's been Nick Fury for what? 12, 13, almost what? Actually 15 years now or something like that? For quite some time. Well over a decade. Look, man, I get that John Campaign is that Campaign is finally fed up with people calling out all this race swapping. I completely understand that he is mad about it. But one, get used to it, because if they continue to fucking do it, you're gonna get a lot more people to call them out. And two, it's been happening for years, John. For years. And now, much like the whole Dylan Mulvaney shit, the Bud Light stuff, all the trans drag, all the people trying to target kids and shit like that, like, people are fed up with this dumb shit. People are really fed up with this shit. And now everybody, I wouldn't say everybody, but now a lot more people are standing up for this. Because they're seeing the writing on the wall. They're saying, oh, if we don't stand up and say something about this shit, even if it seems like it's insignificant, even if it seems like it's the littlest fucking problem, trust me, it's not. Because you give them an inch, they're going to take a fucking mile.
It's too much. And I want to say this. Please get the fuck off my channel, you mouth-breathing, basement-dwelling, cousin humping motherfuckers. Just get off my channel. Don't come to my channel. I am on a personal mission. I want to purge 30,000 of my subscribers off my channel within the next 48 hours.
And this is why this dude... Now, again, I have no fucking stake in this. Like, I got no room to talk, man. I've had a YouTube channel for 4 years at this point. And, well, almost at the 4-year mark with this YouTube channel. And I ain't even got 1,000 subscribers. Which, again, that's completely fine by me. I'm just letting y'all know. Like, I know exactly what people are going to be sending in the comments. You don't even have 1,000 subscribers. Why are you getting on John? Blah, blah, whatever. I'm also not the one out here lobbying to lose subscribers. I'm also not the one out here that the people that pay to ask him questions. Or pay to ask him questions for him to answer them. And the people that take out their hard-earned, not just time, but money to watch his show. This dude targets the people that put the money in his pocket, that get the eyes on his content. He's telling them, fuck you, suck my dick, you guys don't matter because you have an opinion that is different than mine. I just saw something like this a couple days ago when it came to Hayley Williams, the lead singer of Paramore, where she came out and said that, oh, if you're a supporter of DeSantis or Donald Trump, one of those two dudes, if you're a supporter of the Republicans, then I don't want you as a fan. I don't want you at my shows. I think you're a piece of shit. You don't matter. Fam, as someone who literally makes a living off of other people, off of those same people, those fans that love to hear you sing, that love to hear your band play, that love to come to your shows and watch you guys perform, that like you because of your actual talent, and you go and shit on them because they have a different opinion than you, or because they support somebody that you don't like, and now you want to come out in public and say this, and say that you don't want them as fans? What kind of fucking world do we live in now where people literally bite the hand that feeds them? And look, I don't want to sound like some self-righteous motherfucker or anything like that, where it's like, oh, these people are biting the hands, but literally, fam, I have never seen a bunch of fucking idiots in my life, bro. And these are people that make 6-7 figures a fucking year. And they act like fucking children.
And I would like them to be, because with the number of comments of people saying such idiotic, moronic things, I figure there's got to be at least 30,000 of you knuckle draggers around there. So please just leave my channel. Don't come back. Don't watch my stuff. I want to purge 30,000 things. Do me a favor, you racist pieces of shit, and go.
How is that? This is what I don't get, man. And I talk about this all the time. Anybody that comes out and says, you guys are just racist, it's racist to not like race swapping. It's racist to not accept sloppy seconds. That's what John Campaign is saying. He's saying it is racist to not accept sloppy seconds from a large IP, from a well-known intellectual property. It's racist. So if today I go to, I don't know, if I go and apply to, was it Backstage Casting, right? And I get a job. I take a picture, send out an 8x10. And then I get a job. And I get hired. I get casted as, I don't know, a black Damian Wayne. For a Batman Brave and the Bold, right? Fam. That's sloppy seconds. Me personally, I'm not taking that. And if I come out and say I don't agree with that, I don't agree that we need a black person as Damian Wayne, or we need a black Superman or some shit like that, me as a black man, you're deeming me as racist? Instead of saying, hey, how about we create, I don't even care how shitty it is. You know, Jupiter, what's that show? Jupiter Legacy? Whatever that superhero show that was on Netflix. It only lasted like a season. I only got like halfway through the fucking season. The only season that it has. I think it was like Josh Duhamel was like the lead role in that movie. But, I mean, not movie, that show. But at least they tried something new. At least it wasn't something that was already this large IP. Now, look, Jupiter Legacy or whatever the fuck it's called, might have had like a comic book or something like that. I don't know. Most of these shows do nowadays. They already have like a book or a comic book or whatever. But at least they tried something new. Even though that show was super shitty, and the story was super shitty, and the effects were super shitty, at least it was something new. And you could have casted a whole bunch of black people in it. No problem. And it wouldn't have been race swapping. You want to know why? Because it was an original fucking product. But when you take Superman, and yes, there's a black Superman in the comics. Yeah, I know. But in this climate, we know what it is. We know exactly why people want to come out and do this whole shit. Let's get Ta-Nehisi Coates, Black Superman. It's not the reason that you guys think. It's not for quote-unquote progression. These people come out here and they act like that they're super self-righteous. They act like they're doing something good for the world. But we know exactly what it is. They're pandering. Pandering with sloppy fucking seconds. Filthy fourths. Whatever you want to call it. But it's pandering, it's virtue signaling, and it's fucking sick.
Go and find one of your echo chamber websites where you can all stand around and jerk each other off while you tilt your head backs and go, woke, woke. And then you can come on each other's faces and tell each other that come on your face cleanses you of wokeness. Yeah, tell yourselves that. Whatever.
What fucking kind of metaphor is that? This dude is talking about now dudes circle jerking and coming on each other's faces. John Campaign, tell us how you really feel, bro. Tell us how you really feel. Because that's some real faggotry right there, bro. That's some hatred and pure faggotry coming out of his mouth right now. Because we call something woke. Because we stand up for what we believe in when it comes to characters that we care about. Again, I'm not talking personally on the How to Train Your Dragon IP because I don't give a fuck about the How to Train Your Dragon IP. I'm using How to Train Your Dragon IP as an example as these fucking idiots crying about their own fucking subscribers, their own fan base talking about it, their own fan base complaining about it, and not agreeing with John Campaign. And now he wants to get mad because at least half of his fucking fan base does not agree with this race swapping, this sloppy seconds, filthy fourths casting of old girl in How Do You Train Your Dragon.
It's going to get you off and make you feel good about yourselves. Just don't come around here. Nobody complains about the height of Hugh Jackman. Nobody complains about the physical differences between my beloved Henry Cavill and what he...
Speaking of faggotry, my beloved Henry Cavill, you're a grown-ass man, bro. Shut the fuck up.
He looked like in the comics versus what he looked like in the movies. No, because those changes aren't a problem. The changes are only a problem if the girl's skin color is a little bit different.
This dude looks like he fucking like practices shit. Oh, this girl's walking around, fireplace in the background, pulling it back up. This place, it's only different if her skin color is like, dude might as well try and fucking run as a vice president to fucking Auntie Kamala Harris at this point. Like, this dude is probably the biggest dick sucker when it comes to this stupid ass agenda in Hollywood, man. But anyways, I ain't got no more time for John Campaign's stupid shit. Let me know what you guys think. I'm probably overreacting. I don't really give a fuck. But make sure you guys hit that like, hit that subscribe. I love reading the comments, even the ones. Somebody the other day tried to call me a coon without calling me a coon, but still called me a coon. So, again, man, I enjoy reading these comments, man. Keep them coming. Again, hit that like, hit that subscribe, all that good stuff. It's your boy Corn, and I am OUT.